I stepped off the bus, the humid air slamming into me like a wall. The village was smaller than I'd imagined, a cluster of wooden huts nestled at the edge of the vast Amazon rainforest. In my hands, I clutched an old, weathered journal, its leather cover cracked and faded. My uncle's words echoed in my mind. Trust no one. Just 2 days ago, a courier had delivered it to my doorstep back home, along with a cryptic letter. Dear Alex, it read, if you're reading this, I'm in trouble. I've found something incredible, but I'm being pursued. Come to the village of San Roque immediately. The journal will guide you. That was it. No explanation, no goodbye. My name's Alex, and I'm 16. I'd always dreamed of adventure, but this was real, and it scared me half to death. Yet here I was, thousands of miles from home, determined to find my uncle, Professor James, an archaeologist who'd vanished without a trace. As I wandered the dusty streets, unsure where to start, a girl about my age approached me. She had dark hair tied back and a friendly smile that put me at ease despite my uncle's warning. You look lost, she said. Need help? I hesitated, then decided I had no choice. I'm looking for my uncle, Professor James. He's an archaeologist. Her eyes widened. Professor James? He was here a few days ago, but he left suddenly. Said something about danger in the jungle. My stomach dropped. Do you know where he went? She shook her head. Not exactly, but I might be able to help you find out. I'm Maya, by the way. I'm Alex, I replied, grateful for her offer. Thank you. We sat on a rickety bench outside her family's hut, the journal open between us. Its pages were filled with sketches of ancient ruins, maps, and notes in my uncle's messy handwriting. One entry stood out, directions to a hidden temple deep in the jungle marked with a symbol of a golden amulet. That's where we need to go, Maya said, her voice brimming with excitement. I know these woods. We can leave at dawn. Despite my nerves, I agreed. This was my chance to find him. The next morning we set off, the jungle swallowing us whole. Birds screeched overhead and the air buzzed with insects. Sweat soaked my shirt as we hacked through thick vines with Maya's machete. Watch out for snakes, she warned, pointing to the ground. I gulped, scanning every shadow. Hours later, we reached a river, its waters churning fast and dark. A fallen log stretched across it, slick with moss. We have to cross here, Maya said. Heart pounding, I followed her, stepping carefully. Halfway across, my foot slipped, and I plunged toward the water. Maya's hand shot out, grabbing my arm and yanking me back. Thanks, I gasped, clinging to her. We're in this together, she replied with a grin. Finally, we reached the ruins. Crumbling stone walls draped in vines, silent witnesses to a forgotten time. The journal led us to a hidden chamber beneath a carved slab. Inside, the air was cool and musty, and there, on a pedestal, sat the artifact, a golden amulet, its surface etched with intricate patterns that seemed to glow faintly. It's beautiful, Maya whispered, but before I could touch it, footsteps echoed behind us. 2 men stepped into the chamber, their faces hard and eyes glinting with greed. Well, well, one sneered. I recognized him instantly. Dr. Harlan, my uncle's old partner, now turned traitor. Hand it over, kid, he growled, advancing toward me. You can't have it, I said, stepping in front of the pedestal. Harlan laughed, but Maya whispered, Alex, look, the wall. I spotted a lever hidden among the stones. A trap, maybe? As Harlan reached for the amulet, I lunged for the lever and pulled. The floor beneath the men rumbled and split open, a trapdoor swallowing them into darkness. Their shouts faded as we grabbed the amulet and bolted. We didn't stop running until we reached the village, breathless and triumphant. In a small hut, we found my uncle, his leg bandaged, his face pale but alive. Alex, he exclaimed, pulling me into a hug. You came. Of course, I said, holding up the amulet. We got it. He smiled weakly. I knew you could. I sent the journal to keep it safe from Harlan's crew, a criminal outfit after its value. It's a relic of a lost civilization, worth more to history than gold. Together, we contacted the authorities, arranging for the amulet to be sent to the National Museum, where it would be studied and protected. As I prepared to leave, Maya pressed a small wooden carving into my hand, a jaguar, sleek and fierce. "A souvenir," she said, "to remember our adventure." I smiled. "I'll never forget this, Maya. Maybe we'll explore again someday." She grinned back. "I'd like that." And so, I boarded the bus home, the jungle's mysteries fading behind me, but the thrill of what we'd done, and the friendship we'd forged, burning bright in my heart.